time has come. Execute Order 66.
Oh, God. Who could do this for hours?
Go
Anyways, so I forget where, I think it's in Germany. They built a full size replica of the Razor Crest. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I don't have much information on it.
Yeah, I heard about that. A
That
bunch
was
of
on Sway.
fans did it, right?
Yeah, that was on Sway.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Sway.
Thanks, Sway. Still in your content since 1988. Anyways, just kidding, dude. If you're watching this by some grace of God, it's pretty epic listening to your podcast. Please keep up the hard work.
Well, he's also got Lightsaber Radio, an actual podcast that I listen to.
But yeah, so the Razor Crest was built by fans for fans, and it was kind of co-funded by using that GoFundMe app. Sorry, it's not awkward at all, is it? But I might cut that out. But yeah, man, it was funded by the GoFundMe app, and I think it cost a little over $1,000 or $10,000. I forget, but man, that's awesome. Yeah, that'd be a sight to go see in Germany.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, dude. Honestly, if I could see something cool like that, hell, if I could build something cool like that, I'd keep it posted in my front yard.
This is the way.
Star Wars exhibit and Granbury.
Oh man, I have my buddy from work that's gonna be giving me his desk. He gave me a Lego set somewhere around here. Oh, it's over there. But yeah, I go get it for you if you want to see it. I didn't build it yet.
A Lego set?
Yeah.
I mean, fair. I'm down.
I'll be right back.
That's cool. A TIE fighter.
He asked me if I was a Jedi or if I was a. Oh, sorry. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Woo, woo, woo. Sorry.
I don't jiggle, jiggle, or my booty, right? It folds. I don't know how it goes.
Isn't that a Weird Al song?
Oh, some like old man that made it up.
Okay. So anyway. So yeah, it was pretty cool. He said, "Are you Jedi or are you a Sith?" And I said, "Let's be honest, a Sith is kind of cool." And he said, "Well, let me ask you this: would you rather have a X-wing or a TIE fighter?" And I was like, "Ooh, shit." I said, "I guess a TIE fighter because that seemed pretty cool." And then he said, "I want to get you something for your birthday." I'm like, "Come on, man, be something cool." And I went.
Those are expensive, man.
I went up to work to pick it up on my day off, and it was that, and I was like, "Sweet." You're like, "Yeah, it costs $50," and I'm like, "Good God!" Like, dude, there's like $1 limit at work.
I've been wanting to get a shit ton of those just so I could like build them and put them up like everywhere in my room, not just right here, but like everywhere. And every time I look at the prices, I'm like, fucking $60 for like one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like Star Wars that much.
But
well, my pocketbook doesn't.
I love Star Wars, but my pocketbook doesn't care. It don't have any discretionary spending. Yep.
So you ready?
Yep.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clenergy.
I'm James Orr.
Get ready to nerd out with Bane. Path of Destruction, episode 4 for us.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm pretty sure it started off with him. We left off with him doing the lightning and learning with Kasim. Then the next episode that we did, he ended up fighting Serac again, beating the fuck out of him. Going to another temple, fucking learning all that he could from the temple, and then he came back and ate some food.
He had just destroyed Surak in a battle with Giffany. That Giffany set him up against, and the dirty twat just don't know what side she wants to be on. But so
He's so hot.
he goes to Cordis, blames Cordis for trying to kill him using Surak. Cordis doesn't know what he's talking about. He says, "Fuck you, dude. My name is not Bane, Lord Bane. It's Darth Bane."
And he takes on the fucking title Darth. He says, "Fuck
Yes.
y'all."
And so he says, "Fuck this shit. I'm out. Peace." And he steals his ship. Cordis is a bitch because he doesn't do anything about it. And then here we are to chapter 21 through chapter 26, part 4 of our Bane book, Path of Destruction.
Yeah, dude, Bane is such a fucking badass. He takes his ship and he fucking makes his way all the way to this fucking planet, this desolate planet that's also supposed to be not like ran by anybody, or it's been like desolate for like
It's
a long
desolate
time,
for a
right?
long time because the
Yep.
Rakrata,
Well,
that the life,
Rakatan.
yeah, they died out
Rakata,
because
yeah.
they got killed off in the battle. And the Republic actually sectioned off the whole system from a no-fly zone because it was a bunch of destroyed ships, and the only way they can like remember their fallen comrades and kind of give them honor and glory is to leave it where no one can disturb their remains. And so
Now, I got a question.
Yeah.
They kept on saying Rancor. Is that the Rancor like that we're used to from episode 6, Return of the Jedi? The Rancor, and also in Boba Fett.
Oh, you know what? I bet so, dude. Because that's on that planet, right? And he uses it
Yeah.
to go to the Sith temple.
Yeah, he say he like uses the mind control thing, takes over it, and he goes to the temple. And I think I can't. I was listening to Audible, so I don't know if they were saying Rancor or Raker or something like that. But I think they were meaning Rancor because those things are fucking badass.
Yeah. But yeah, so the whole planet is dead. It's not dead. There's still life on the planet, but the species that ran the planet that were humanoid are non-existent because they wanted to stay to themselves, and when the battle was done, they didn't have enough people
They didn't want to get off the planet, and they didn't have enough people to continue breeding.
right without crossbreeding and fucked up shit. So Bane lands on a beach, and
And he can still feel the darkness power in it, but it's like super faint, just like
No,
on Korriban.
no.
But it's he says it's stronger than what it was on Korriban. Only when we get closer to the temple, though.
no, he said when he stepped off the ship and onto the planet, he said he could feel more power, far more power on the planet than there was on Korriban.
Yeah, only when he got. Oh, well,
No,
maybe.
no.
Okay.
I remember this pretty damn keenly. I'm sorry, Clinton.
It's okay.
But I remember.
Dude, I swear I heard him say like
But no,
It
he
was a
does say
faint-
it gets more powerful the closer you get to the temple.
yeah.
But that is in there. But yeah, so he doesn't sense anything coming to him or around him. He said if there were ships coming over, or no, that's actually later on in the book. Sorry. So he decides to go to the temple and just follow the force. Let the force guide him through. And he finds a Rancor, and he force commands it to get him a ride. So he hops on top of this big, massive beast, which we see Boba Fett do in the Book of Boba Fett TV show. And he rides it into the jungle. The closer he gets to the temple, the more the Rancor doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot. Son of a bitch. Sorry, they're the coolest shit ever. So, before he gets on the Rancor, okay, he does the Force mind meld thing where he can go back through its memories to see if it ever saw a Sith temple. And it goes back to its early memories. And it's like really faint, but it's there. And I guess it was a youngling at the time, and he moved off from it. He moved off from the temple briefly, or forever. But the temple was only in his memory for a brief moment of time.
Yep.
So that's how he knew that Rancor knew where to go. He used the Rancor to go through the forest to get back there. And the closer he got to the temple, the Rancor did not want to go and tried its best to buck him off, take a left
The more of
turn.
the dark side he could feel too.
And so he had enough strength to command the Rancor all the way to the temple. Do you want to take it from here, or do you want me to keep going?
Well, does it cut back over to the battle, or
Nope, not yet.
just go straight into the temple where he?
Hey, don't cut over
can't-
to the battle until he goes into the temple.
Yeah, so he can't find. He's searching the temple. He can't find anything.
Well, hold on.
again.
So
He thinks
before they had the battle of the siege, or the siege star, the sun star, I envision it like that star thing, the Star Forge. That's what it was called. I envision it like kind of like the Star Forge in Thor, in Ragnarok, where he goes there and there's a dwarf,
Yeah.
but it's a giant dwarf instead of like a little dwarf, and it's Peter Dinklage, which is epic because he's a real dwarf. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
badass. But anyway, I love his acting. He's great. He's phenomenal. But and he gets him to make a power of the god's weapon. So, with that being said, I'm thinking that's similar to what happened on this above this planet, is that they had a Star Forge there, and it's not there no more because they blew it up basically. But he goes to so what the Star Forge was for was powering a massive force field around this temple to protect it. Okay, and it took a lot of Rakratas, or whatever the species were called, or
I think it
call
was
them
Ricotta.
Rakrata, and it took a lot of them to bring it down using the dark side of the force. Okay, so they can get someone in there and receive knowledge and stuff, So, but there was no force field because the Star Forge is not working. And then
All the Ricottas are dead. So.
and so he proceeds
Recordings.
into the temple to. And this is where it goes over to the battle. Be right back after these brief messages.
Hello there. And do you suffer from emotional stress?
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous. He's holding me back.
Do you walk around all day feeling angry for no reason?
No.
When you see a youngling, do you feel like slaying them? Then you might be suffering from Sithitis. Take Jedi'd. Take Jedi'd once a day to keep the Sith at bay. Jedi'd.
Hello there, and welcome back. So, whenever the fucking the army, the battle,
Yep.
it's not going Hoth's way.
No.
After they get the temple there, with all the Sith, when the Sith get their backup, they fuck up Hoth's army. Mm-hmm. But luckily, fucking what's his face?
Farfava? Farfava?
Yeah,
Velfarva?
Valentine shows up with 300 extra Jedi, but Hoth is already pissed off. He says, "Where were you, like months ago when we needed your help?" And Farfala's all like, "Dude, look, I went and did what I said I was going to. I showed up with the 300 Jedi. They're up there. We just got to wait till we get enough ships to get past this blockade that they have us on." And fucking Hoth starts yelling at him and saying that, you're too late. Like, you should have been here. I don't know. Hoth was being a little bitch, to be honest. But Farvala tells him that, either you can calm the fuck down or you can slip over to the dark side because that's where you're headed. And the dude says, "I know, don't talk to me about the dark side. I've been fighting these bastards. In order to beat these guys, you gotta feel what they're feeling. You have to use it."
Yep.
Valentine, I don't know. He gets pissed off, jumps up on his speeder along with Cortez or not Cortez.
No, Cortez is on the other side, bud.
Yeah, fucking
Cortez.
some other fucking Jedi, and they fucking take off.
Yep.
And then it cuts over to the Sith side.
And then
Now-
Khan is sitting there thinking about what to do next, right? And Giffany, the little slut, walks in and sees him in distraught, like he's panicked or nervous.
She gets on her knees and says, "Can I help you out a little bit?"
Shut up. Anyways. And he notices that she sees him like that, right? So he goes back to his like confident self, like, "Hey, what can I help you with?" And
Immediately she snaps back. Go ahead. Sorry.
and so he says, "What can I help you with?" And like you said, immediately she comes back to like, oh, "Okay, yeah, he's still badass." And she says, "I had a dream. And it wasn't really a dream, but it was a force vision, and I know where Bane is, and he's coming to. When he gets here, he's going to destroy our band of brothers. That's not what it's called.
The Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood. It's a band of brothers, though. I mean, think about it. Maybe I'll put a little snippet in that. But
Wow.
I feel good. I'm sorry. But yeah, so she says he's coming here to destroy us and the Brotherhood, and we need to stop him, basically. And so he said, "How do you know where he's at?" And she said, "The Force vision. I'm connected to him through the Force because I trained him in the Force. We
We have a connection.
we share connection through the Force because of the training."
It's
And
because they fucked.
well, no, but we would like to think so at some point or another. But anyway, so he sends her. He don't send her. Instead, he sends Kazim. No, I'm sorry, Cordis. He sends Cordis.
No, he says Kasim.
Kazim?
Yeah.
That's
The
right.
Blade
He's the
Master,
Blade
right?
Master. Yeah, 'cause he's a badass dude. So he calls Kasim in there and says, "Kasim, what do you think about going after Bane?"
Kasim is fucking itching for a battle too.
Mm-hmm.
He had been promised since he got there with Khan, he was promised fighting and stuff, and he hasn't done anything since he's been in the war. They've just been sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And he had more fun at the fucking school where he got to fucking at least, do his duties there. But he hasn't killed anybody in a long time, and he's got like an itch going. He just needs
Yeah.
to.
And he doesn't even know if he has it, what it takes to be like that anymore. 'Cause he's been so far out of the game for so long, he just doesn't know. Anyway, so he says, I don't think he's willing to come, willingly. Like, he made up his mind, and once his mind is made, it's set, it's done that way. So, not Cordis, but Khan says, "You know what? Go there. Tell him to come here or kill him." And so he said, "I don't like it, but okay." And so he flies off to Bane. Bane cuts back to Bane, right? So Bane is in a temple searching. He for some flipping reason. Excuse me. For some reason, it pisses me off. The door is at the top of the fucking place, right? Because it says that he goes down. He don't go
he
up.
goes down.
So he goes up the, I guess, stairs. I'm thinking like it's a pyramid, right? So he goes up, he looks in there, and he's like, okay, time to get to work. He looks for Sith holocrons or any kind of Sith knowledge, and he doesn't find anything. Everything's picked over. He keeps going down levels, and then finally he gets down, way down below ground level. Okay, this is how far this is. Below ground
Goes
level.
out with the Force.
And he sees kind of like hieroglyphs on the wall, and he don't know if it's from the Rakuratas or from the Sith or from who, but it doesn't matter because it's just hieroglyphs. Sorry, and he sees one character, one thing barely lit. It's eye level with the 2-meter man. It's about 6'3", 6'4". Anyway. And it's eye level. He reaches out with the Force.
Well, he tries to grab it first, and he jerks back.
Yeah.
And then he reaches out again, but not with his hand this time. He reaches out with the Force. Go ahead.
And then that's when it retracts from the wall. And he's like, oh my God, it's a holocron.
It's a fucking holocron.
He's like, finally, my efforts has paid off.
and not just any holocron.
Yeah, it's a pretty damn good holocron, I must say. So he laughs so loud when he gets his holocron. He laughs so loud when he gets his holocron that it echoes through the whole temple. Okay, the whole temple is hearing this echo of him going, yeah, fuck you, Cordis. So anyway,
No fucking Sith artifacts out there in my ass, dude. I just found one. I'm
That's
gonna
right.
study this thing for weeks.
so he knows that it takes Sith powers to open, or not really Sith powers, but he knows it takes the Force to open the holocron. And each holocron that was made is made with one or two, or one, mainly one person, but sometimes it could be a second. But in the holocron, teaching the knowledge of the holocron. So he opens it up, and it's Darth Raven.
Holocron stuff has been lost for generations.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody even knows how to make a holocron anymore. Well, at least for the Sith, the Jedi still have all their secrets.
Yeah. So the holocron of Darth Revan,
Revan.
is from 3,000 years ago to the date of the Book of Bane, Path of Destruction, which is fucking epic. I'm just saying, it's 3,000 years old, so there's no way in hell Khan, Cordis, Kazim, anybody knows about this knowledge. There's no way, because they've all abandoned the old ancient ways of the Sith, the true path of the dark side. And so he sits down and studies it, but there's no way to copy or save it or anything. So he studies this stuff, writes it all down. Okay,
3 weeks, right?
it's a good chunk of time. It's a good chunk of time. And
just
he,
fucking-
like night and day, just going over it, studying it, writing it all down. Go ahead.
No, it starts to lose power.
Yeah, it starts to
But
flicker.
he learns from the holocron that the Force is like a battery, according to Revan.
Yeah.
That the more people that draw from the dark side, like whenever with the light side, them banding together, like there's no stuff that draws from that side. They get stronger the more they fight together. The more that they have a cause, is the stronger that they get. But with the dark side, there should only be one person, one teacher, and one student. And then he later on says that there should only be one master altogether.
Well-
And he says it's because it's like a battery. The more people draw from the dark side, the less energy there is to
The less
draw from
powerful
it.
they are.
Yep.
He comes up with an idea. He, as in Darth Bane, comes up with an idea to get rid of Khan and his followers, and that's by using a thought bomb. So he writes down after. Okay, so hold on.
He finds out that
Let's
there's a
go
lot
back.
of stuff.
Let's go
he
back.
finds out there's a lot of stuff in the holocron that's very useful but too dangerous for him to use.
So
at
the
that time.
holocron dies, right? It runs out of juice. It's just done. The crystal's done. There's no way to repower it or recharge it. So he puts it down on the ground and uses the Force, to destroy it, basically. And I imagine it when like Luke Skywalker comes in on Mando and like just crushes, or better yet, Episode 3 when Vader comes out and he's Vader, like full suit and all, and he asks about Padme and he goes, no, and he's crushing the robots next to him.
Oh, I was thinking about whenever Obi-Wan was flying away in Obi-Wan, and Vader stops the ship and starts ripping it apart.
Oh, in the bay where all the refugees are trying to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's sexy. God dang. Ooh, wee. But anyway, so he destroys the holocron, and now he's studying, right? He's writing all the stuff down. He's thinking about what he wants to do next.
And
at
he can't
that
look at it again, so he has to remember everything that he can.
and at that point, it is Kazim's time to show up. And so when he enters the temple, he can't see a damn thing. So he ignites his blades and he goes down.
Well, he also kills a fucking Rancor on his way over there because instead of like controlling it like Bane did, he wanted to see if he still got what it takes, and he did it as like a little warm up, and then he fucking ran the whole way.
Yeah, what a loser. Anyway, his stamina is epic. I'm just saying. But
He's pretty good, dude.
but yeah, so not good enough as we'll see.
I mean, shit.
But anyway, so he goes into the temple, right? And he finds Bane. He's like, Bane, I'm here to see if you want to come back. No, I'm kidding.
He goes, he sees Bane, and Bane's like, let me guess. They sent you to kill me? And he goes, yes, if you don't want to join us.
Mm-hmm. And so he said, I don't want to join the band of brothers. They're stupid. And he's leading them to destruction. Like, he will destroy them himself.
Bane even thought about making him his second at first.
Because
He's like, maybe this is the one that can follow me.
Yeah, because Kasim was talking about how that there should be better rules and stuff and different things, and it was just a little bit of what Bane wanted to hear, but when Bane hear the next words, he's like, yeah, fuck this guy.
Yep.
So
he pretty much said that the fucking Khan knows what's best.
yeah, and Bane said, if you're not with me, you're against me. And then Kazim says, I'm going to defeat you and leave your body here on this planet. And Bane says, you will try.
On this unforgotten world.
Yeah. And I'm just kidding. I'm replaying episode 3. The Kenobi.
You will try.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't wait till tomorrow. Anyway, so. My bad, people. I'm sorry. So anyways, the fight starts off with Kazim launching at Bane.
Yeah, Bane never seen him move this fast before in his entire life, and he did a lot of sparring with him.
Mm-hmm. So he does move out of the way. He does parry in time and flawlessly parry and come into defensive sequences. So at this time, Bane's caught off guard by his real power, and eventually Bane comes back and overpowers him.
He just starts letting the Force run through him like he's never let it do before. He like fully gave himself over to the Force.
Mm-hmm. And so he is butt-ass naked. I'm just kidding. But basically, he's butt naked with the Force. And he's running through, and he's pushing Kazim back. He's not just like... Okay.
Yeah, he's not on the defense no more. He's on the attack, and Kasim's on the defense. And fucking he pushes him back so far that Kasim has to like
open the door.
Jump. Yeah.
He uses the Force, open the door, boom, goes through the door, dives out of the way. Bane knows that he is now trapped. There's no exits out of that room. And he stops at the doorway.
That entire temple multiple times. He knows the exits and stuff like that. Kasim doesn't.
He's at the doorway, basking in his glory of the battle he just won, because he knows he's done. And then at this moment, Kasim had one more trick up his sleeve.
You should have finished me while you had a chance.
He rips his lightsaber apart. Not rips it, but he uncouples it and takes it apart.
Twists it.
Yeah, uncouples it, takes it apart, and now he has 2 sabers, and Bane's like, oh, fuck. And because, no one in the temple, the training temple, ever trained with 2 lightsabers, so he doesn't know how to deflect them. So he's getting pushed back out of the room now, but Bane knows the way out of the temple. So he starts working.
Because Kasim was always like telling the students that they don't need to worry about that.
Yeah,
like
it's trash.
They needed to try other stuff, yeah. But he just wanted them not to learn that because he had that up his sleeve.
Yep. Little bitch. Anyway,
yeah,
so...
It sucks.
So, Bane's working himself out of the temple. And barely getting out with his life, just like Kasim was just moments before. And he gets out of the temple, does a backflip out of the temple. But when he does it, he lands on the edge of the steps. Okay? He's teetering, balancing on the edge of the steps. Well, Kasim sees this. Force pushes him off. Force pushes him off. He falls back, rolling down the hill, bruised and hurt, a little stunned. Comes to, and realizes that, okay, this is not good. He has the high ground. Okay, so.
Steam's standing right in the entrance.
Yep.
As Bane stands up, and Kasim tells him, what does he say? Something about like,
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
yeah, he says, "I want to leave your dead body here on this fucking something planets."
On this dead, forgotten planet. And, it's better to go ahead. Oh, I know what he says. He says, no matter where you go, no matter how far you travel, I will find you eventually and I will kill you.
Yeah, so it's better to just die now.
Yeah, and get it over with.
And Bane goes, "I agree."
And chunks a big blast of force energy at him. I mean,
lightning.
Oh, was it lightning?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
shit, my bad.
Because anytime they say that they are building up with the force and they unleash it, we're talking about lightning.
Damn,
So
that's hot.
but he puts up a force field just in time. But instead of the lightning just smashing that, it fucking went off and hit all the rock around him. That made it fucking start tumbling down, and Kasim got squished.
But
like
the energy was so powerful. If Kasim wouldn't have had the force field put up, it would have broke every bone in his body and turned his skin into jelly.
Yeah.
That's how badass this was, okay? And it destroyed the temple, and it squished him. So after it squishing him, he heard his yells faintly dying off.
And then he like felt out with the force, and he couldn't feel his force energy anymore. So he knew that motherfucker was dead.
Yep.
No coming back from that.
And he's like, you know what? I guess it's not him going to be my secondary. So he writes
back over to the army, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so he Bane writes a message, right? Like a little, I don't know if it's like a
he sends
note in a bottle.
Sends him a fucking holocron type thing.
Yeah.
And he sends him
a hologram,
a gift.
Yeah, and he
thought bomb.
Yeah, and he said, I killed him. I'm really sorry.
I want to join the Brotherhood.
I feel bad for him dying. Let me join the Brotherhood so his name is not in vain.
Back over to where Khan is. God damn, was that a Kit Kat?
Yep.
Fucking pink one? God damn. Those, just because they're pink, they look amazing. Raspberry. Fucking A, man. Here, pass one through the TV. You think it's funny, right? So Khan gets the message from Bane. He finds out that he calls Giffany in, and he's like, "Do you know anything? Do you think he's serious?" They listen to the thing, and it's talking about what he just said about how like he's sorry he killed fucking Kasim. He wants to join the Brotherhood. He asks Giffany if he thinks he's serious, and she goes with Bane. It sounds like he's like
he has the same problem as before, that he can't kill anybody without feeling fucked up about it afterwards.
Yep. So
I don't think he's worthy enough to be let back in the Brotherhood, because he's a bitch, basically.
No, she said that as soon as he gets here and he gets like his he starts like calming down about him just murdering Kasim, that he'll end up going back to his old ways and start rebelling again. So it's just better to take him out now.
Yep. And send me in the place of doing it, because I'm going to suck his cock off and poison his dick.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how he dies. So anyways, he says, sure, why don't you go, since you have the ways that you know how to kill him, because, you know, Bane likes her like a lot.
Yeah.
So she leaves, and we cut. Does it show like? I guess.
So
what's the next?
They send him a message back saying that, yeah, let's have a meeting place. They decide to meet on a world that's just outside of that system, Rusan, and I believe that's where it's at. And
I think he
sent they meet
Giffany to the planet where Kasim just got killed. Because he said that he's been wandering around there for long enough, and there's no reason for him to still be there since the temple destroyed.
Right, and that's when he leaves and goes to another place and meets Giffany.
Oh. Maybe.
But anyway, so
Yeah, you're right because that one actually has actual people on it. You're right.
yep. Anyway, so it was also ravaged by war. The Sith and the Jedi both fought each other there, numerous occasions. There's only a handful of survivors that's left on that planet. One of them is a healer, and a great healer, one that was sought out from the Jedi and the Sith. And he wants no part of either side. He don't give a fuck. So, um, that's where they meet on that planet, and I don't know what it's called 'cause I didn't listen to it, or I just didn't hear
I
it.
didn't write it down either.
But
I forgot that they even moved.
But anyway, so they meet there, and he picks a location to where he can hear anything coming and whatnot, and he's happy about it. And
He's super happy that it's Gifting that shows up.
and so he sees one of the craft pull up, and he's like, "Dude, here we go. It's rock and roll time." And Giffany walks out, luxuriously walking towards him, hair flowing, just looking sexy as shit.
Hips swaying side to side like they always do.
Yeah, and he's really happy to see her, and she gets there, and
That long raven hair.
she's talking to him, and said, "Bane, what are you doing?" And he's like, worried because you can see through my bullshit. And so he gives her a little test. He said, something about, "I'm sorry I killed Kazim," or he says something. I forget what it said right here. But,
He is happy that she and he gets pissed off what she says at first, but then she like changes it around to where he's like, maybe she is the person I'm looking for. Maybe this is my fucking my Padawan that's supposed to seek the power, you know?
Yep. But,
And go ahead.
so anyways, he gives her a test, and she says, "Yeah, it's okay. You can come back. Blah blah. We know. I know you didn't mean to, or you having issues, whatever." And he's happy to see that she doesn't know that he's full of shit.
Yep.
So he decides to go back with her. Anyways, and she even at one point starts to tell him about that they can be together, or I forget exactly all what happens here, but
Like an
the main
overthrow Khan, pretty much.
thing here to take away is that they make out. Okay, they kiss once,
3
and
times.
he knew right away, like within a couple seconds, obviously, because he didn't know right away, but he knew a couple seconds after they kissed that she had poison on her lips, and he was happy because he
Those little
knew
bugs,
that she
those
cared
little
enough.
bugs that they had that major arm go numb whenever you got hit with one of those sticks. He thought it was that kind of poison that he was putting into
Yeah.
that she was putting into his body.
Which it was, but that's not all that was there. So
He done learned so much from Revan's holocron. He knew how to keep poison at bay, especially that kind of poison.
Yeah,
He could just do it with the force.
I think he could do any poison.
Well,
He just
no,
didn't know
because
about the other poison because it's tasteless, odorless. It's not. You don't know it's there until it's in there.
what was it? Synoxis?
Yeah, Noxus, Synoxus,
Yeah,
something,
Synoxis or
something like
something.
that. But anyway, so he kisses her, and he when he realizes that she's there to kill him, that he's happy, and he's happy that she's the one that came to try to kill him, and that's how the Dark Lords work. That's how the Sith actually supposed to be of the dark side, and so he pushes back, and then they talk a minute, and he realizes that she is potential candidate for his Sith apprentice, and
To him, she's the only one that actually understands the dark side.
the
only one that
nature of
would,
the dark side.
yes, the only one that would actually go in his ways. That's the way he sees it. But he's also fucking clouded by his penis.
Yeah. Anyways, so at one point he's so excited he comes in for a second kiss, getting a second dose of poison. Okay,
Yeah,
and she's like,
dose of
"Dude,"
Giffany.
she's like, "Dude, you okay? Whatever." Blah, blah, blah. And then so
And then she had to pull away this time.
yeah, and then they're excited, and she's like, "All right, so you're gonna come back with me, and I'll go ahead and tell Lord Khan, that you're on your way back, and we'll see you over there." And he says, yeah, and we're gonna overthrow him and everything. And he goes, one more for the road, and kisses her one more time. And this time, she knows that it's too late for him.
Yep. And well, he goes back to get his stuff, and she went back to his ship, and she went ahead to go and meet
Back to
Khan.
Khan. Yep.
And as soon as she got in her little cockpit, her head started swelling and like she got all dizzy
And felt
because
bad.
she had taken an antidote for that poison, but it was still coming through. That's how powerful this poison was.
Yeah, and she knew, however she's feeling that, he's gonna be feeling that as well.
10 times as bad.
Yeah. So he goes back to his ship and starts, or I don't know if he's at the ship or not, but he ponders for
think he
about
is.
an hour and thinking about how he's going to take down Khan, right? Because he thinks he has all the time in the fucking world, right?
Yep.
And so he's pondering how to take down Khan. He's like, I know how to do it now. I'm going to give him the thought bomb, or I'm going to do something. And
He thought about just waiting at first.
yeah, oh yeah, he thought about just waiting, just letting them do it themselves. Because eventually, he's gonna fucking use it. Because the Jedi.
Yeah,
will
he thought for sure that Hoth's forces were going to start taking over. Like, yeah, the Army of Darkness is doing good right now, but Hoth's forces are going to end up taking back over, and then they're going to end up fighting against themselves again, and then they're going to resort to using the thought bomb.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was hoping for. But right as he was thinking this,
and looks at his hand and sees like a flaky blood substance, and he realized from the symptoms he was having that he wasn't just poisoned with that rock root something.
I don't remember.
But anyways, he was poisoned with that Doxus or whatever.
Yep.
And Dexos, whatever the fuck it was. But anyway, it's so deadly because it's not. You can't smell it, you can't taste it, and the only way you know about it is if you actually see it being ingested, or you're going through the symptoms. So an hour's time has passed by in the story, and he realizes he's got to find that healer, and he's got to find that healer right now.
Yep.
And
And he
so-
fucking jumps into his thing and starts like going as fast as he can looking for him and crashes.
But
Boom.
before he gets going, he would have laughed at Giffen getting him really fucking good, but he was in so much pain and agony he couldn't laugh. Okay, he realized like she's really the chosen one. Yay!
Okay, because he's already came to the conclusion like the Sith are all about deception and deceit and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And he's like, what they're doing nowadays, they're never going to be able to beat the Jedi like that.
Yeah.
They have to do it with deception, kind of like what Sidious does later on, because he puts this fucking thing into motion way back when. Okay. So, go ahead. Sorry.
So, anyways, he crashes, but before he crashes, he sees people, and he's trying to go towards them, but he crashes and he falls out, right? And he comes to, and the vehicle's already there. Pulls up,
Yeah, he's fucking dying from this poison, by the way.
and the kids get out and they say, "Dad, look at this!
Check this thing out.
It looks
There's
weird.
3 of them.
It has like a bent piece in it. What?"
It
And
looks just like a lightsaber, except the hilt's a little weird. It has a hook in it.
yeah, that's it. And so the dad said, "Throw that away now!" And by then, Bane used the Force to ignite the saber, killing the boy. Anyways, and then once the boy's death happens, it fuels his dark side energy, and it brings him back to life a little bit. And then he takes that saber and slings it over to the other boy and cuts him down, kills him. And the father's like, "No, why?" And then he takes the boy.
Bane stands up and he like looks at him while the
can't-
dad is sitting there holding his son.
His
No,
last son.
not this one. He's my youngest. Please spare him, please.
And he has the
As-
lightsaber dangling over the son, over him, kind of, right? And he finally jabs it through the boy's heart, killing the boy.
Yep. And then the father is like, "Why would you make me watch this? Why?" And then Bane cuts him down.
He takes a saber, has enough energy without his arms trembling to raise his arms, take the saber
The
off his
whole
head.
time, the only reason he was able to get enough strength to do this is because he was putting so much fear and agony in those people's lives that he was feeding off of it, and that was fighting back that poison and gave him enough strength to stand up and do whatever he needed to do, and then find that healer.
Yep. And so he starts off again driving, and he's so out of it right now that he's using the force to guide him where he needs to go. He finally finds the healer. That he's unable to talk. His tongue is swollen. His mouth is blistered. He is unable to talk, and he finds the healer, and the healer says, "I know what you need. I'm not going to help you."
Yep.
And so,
Should we leave it right there?
and then take off with the healer.
Yeah, and then we'll just come back with that at the healer plate. Because isn't that where we? Isn't that?
Nah,
It?
he gets healed.
Oh, so anyways, he fucking finds the healer won't do it, so he walks in the back.
Well, hold on.
Go- okay, go ahead.
Wait. So his Bane drops his hand to his hilt, to his lightsaber, and the healer looks down and says, "I'm not scared of death. I'm not
Nah.
even scared of pain." And to do so, he sticks his hand into a pot of boiling water for multiple seconds, okay, and takes it out to show him the scalding hand, and then you can smell the cooking flesh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
you can
god.
smell the flesh cooked. And
Oh, it's so good.
and Bane could sense something else at this time. Bane sensed that he was hiding something. What he was hiding, he didn't know. So he finally sensed that he was hiding someone.
Something in a fucking spots. So he goes and pushes back the fucking stuff and finds this hatch and opens the hatch and finds a little girl in there.
Yep. And he takes the force and carries a girl over with the force, not physically, carries a girl
Yeah.
over and dangles her above the pot of boiling water.
And tells him to fucking help him out.
Yeah,
Or
and
she
then
fucking dies.
And then the girl says, "Daddy, please help." And the father goes, "You win. I'll help you." And that is where Bane gets healed up.
Yep. And that's the end of that. And we will get you guys next week and we will finish this fucking book.
And
It's
it gets
fucking badass.
So much good. Like, oh my god.
Even look, we got 6 chapters left. This fucking book is good. It's so good.
Yep.
So
Stay tuned.
6 or 7 chapters.
Stay tuned. Stay alert. Like it's gonna be epic. Next week's episode. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be mouth watering. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Good.
Trolling.
And then we'll come into book number 2 later down the road after
later down the
Mando,
road.
after the season of Mando. And
And honestly, I don't know what we're gonna do for like the couple weeks that we're gonna have off. We'll have like a month, like 4 weeks maybe.
wait, we're
like
gonna be
5
off? We're not gonna be off.
No, we're not gonna be off. Okay, this is gonna be done next week, right? That'll be the last week of the month too, right?
No.
Or will we have one more week?
think
Oh,
we'll
then
have
we
one
only
more
have
week.
then we have fucking 4 or 5 weeks after that. So we need to find something to do within that time.
So
Which
next
we'll
Saturday
figure something out.
is the 21st, and the Saturday after that's the 28th, and then the Saturday after that's the 4th. So the 28th and the 4th.
Well, remember they moved. It doesn't come out February 4th anymore.
Well, I know it comes out in March, but we still
Okay.
have the Bad Batch, which we'll still cover, and we'll still do other things. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
we'll see.
something.
Maybe we'll just cover the Bad Batch.
Maybe we'll just
Give us a
do an
little bit
After
of
Dark,
easy stuff.
an extended After Dark.
Extra After Darks. There we go. Not
There you
extra,
go.
but like
Well,
good ones. So.
it'll be like pre-dark, so, but
Yeah.
it'll be After Dark style-esque episode where we talk about anything and everything nerd style.
Nerd style.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. It's off the dome. Nothing scripted. Nothing watched. Nothing at all. Like I might watch something and send it to whoever's doing it with us, and then
we'll talk about it. Maybe.
and we'll talk about that. But it's not gonna be like where we watch or listen to something and then we give us our thoughts and opinions. But it's usually pretty fun. It's unscripted. It's just great, man. Usually we're drinking.
We have a good time.
Yeah. I
And
thoroughly
we hope
like
that
it.
y'all have a good time watching it. So
But yeah, so check out our Facebook page, Anything and Everything Nerd Style, where we do posts, polls, memes. We talk about just anything and everything nerd style, really. And join it. You can post whatever you like that's nerdy, to your heart's content, of course. Just don't put anime porn on there. We got 2 guys banned last week for it. So I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. But
I was
that
supposed
would
to
be
say, I
funny.
don't remember this.
I don't remember this. I'm the admin. But no, so seriously, join our Facebook group. It's great. It's fun. We have people actually posting now. That's not me and Clinton here, or Kayla. But Kyle puts something in there every once in a while. But yeah,
It's a
so
fun group, man.
it is.
We're slowly building people. We're up to 212. Let's try and get that shit up to 300, please.
Yeah, let's hit 300, and maybe we'll do a giveaway or something. Maybe
Hey, you know what? If we get 100 subscribers on fucking fucking what's it called?
YouTube.
YouTube, I'll fucking have a thing where I'll pick a number, one out of 100, and whoever gets the number wins, and we'll have it every week until somebody wins. And as soon as somebody actually wins it, we'll give away a T-shirt.
There you go.
We don't have no T-shirts. We have okay, look, we have like
The logo.
drawings for T-shirts. Yes, we have logos. We just haven't made any yet
Yeah,
because we know we're not big or nothing. But we will give you one. So
it'll be fun.
get 100 subscribers. Tell your friends. Get
Yes.
that shit up there.
Yeah, so join our Facebook page. It's great. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe down below. Also, comment and let us know what we can do different.
Or if you just want to tell us your favorite Star Wars quote or Star Wars movie or fucking video game or anything like that, go ahead. Comment down below. Let us know, man. We'll get back to you.
Hell yeah. My favorite Star Wars game, and this is ridiculously old, is Revenge of the Sith.
Star Wars Episode 3?
Yep. Favorite video
The
game.
fucking PlayStation? I own that on Xbox now.
Yeah, it's
I bought it.
because it's just, man, it's epic, dude.
It literally follows the entire movie like to a T almost, and you get to fucking you unlock characters.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I like it. But
I like
yeah,
it too.
I think that's gonna be it for us. So
Yeah, check out our After Darks. I got
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
D&D coming up as well, and I think just get the fuck out of here now, right?
yeah, peace.